Alright, what's up guys? Back again. Anonymous Bodybuilder here. Just getting at you again with another nightly session, and it's January 28th, 10:45 p.m. I just wanted to mention a couple of things that I forgot to talk about in my last video. The main one was my anti-estrogen regimen. So what I'm taking for that, my favorite drug for that is, because there's a few options that people like to do, but my favorite drug for that is right here. It's called Exmestane. That's the drug's actual name. It is also known as, fuck, my memory's failing me here. Exmestane and Aromacin. That's what it is. This is probably the most popular one out right now because it doesn't fuck with your lipid profile. It doesn't raise your bad cholesterol levels. So this is a good drug for that. And also, it doesn't crash estrogen. It doesn't bring your E down to 0, no matter what you take. With the research I've done in my experience, so you don't have to worry about really taking too much and like having 0 estrogen and then having what's called estrogen rebound, which is the rapid onset of estrogen. But yeah, so that's what I take is Exmestane. Your other options are anastrozole, which comes in a research chemical. This also comes in a research chemical. I got mine as tablets. These are from overseas, so these are a little more legit. Like I said, I trust Evolution, so if I were to get my stuff through them for my research products, I'd be totally fine with that. I'm actually probably going to be doing that. I just like to have a few different brands. That way, if one brand fails, you're not going, oh shit, I'm growing titties, and you don't have anything to do about it. I got a couple of options here. But yeah, this is anastrozole, I believe is how you pronounce the drug name. I'll try to get a little close up for you. But yeah, it's more commonly known as Arimidex. This works really good too. It's cheaper, but it will cause a negative effect on your lipid profile. So it's not quite as good on the cardiovascular system, but it's more probably more widely used because it's a little stronger and cheaper. But pretty much same thing. This is just a little healthier, a little more expensive. I prefer not to be cheap, And then 4 weeks out, there's another product. It's called Letrozole. And I'm not sure what the other name is, because all these drugs, they have 2 names. They have the drug name, and then they have like the brand name, like Novadex, which is also tamoxifen citrate. Like they have 2 names. They have the name like that they're known for, like Xanax. Is also alprazolam, that kind of thing. So you gotta get familiar with both the names. But yeah, letrozole is the most powerful one of them all. It wipes out 98% of estrogen in your body. So you start taking that, get rid of all your estrogen, that means all the water is going to leave. All your feminine receptors, there's going to be no estrogen in you. You're going to be completely androgenic, which is going to make you look hard, grainy, fucking like you should, like a conditioned bodybuilder should on stage. And that's a key part of it. The thing about Letro is it has side effects. Nothing major. It's just stuff like while you're on it, you won't have sex drive, kills sex drive, which would be good because, tea gets you so fucking horny. A little Letro before you go on stage, you wouldn't have to worry about, like, one of the bikini chicks walking by and popping a boner in your banana hammock. So, I guess that's one of the benefits of it, but yeah, it's really strong, really powerful stuff. I've never used it. It'll be my first time using it for the show, so we'll see how it goes. I've reacted, great to everything I've tried so far, and this is my 3rd cycle now, so I've tried quite a few things, and It's just if you got bad genetics, if you got a bad heart, it's just gonna increase the time that it takes for it to go bad, or decrease the time. It's gonna enhance those bad heart qualities. But if you have good genetics, like, you don't really have to worry as much about that stuff. But knock on wood, yeah. And the other thing I was telling you about was Sarms. That would be cool for somebody that's never ran a cycle to try. They are the new designer drug that is just hitting the market. And they're making pretty big waves, man. It's pretty amazing stuff. This is Estrogen. It is a selective androgen receptor modulator. This is a drug that acts like testosterone, but doesn't mimic it to the point where your body thinks that it's testosterone. So it doesn't shut down your natural testosterone production, but it hits androgenic receptors and anabolic receptors that cause skeletal muscle growth. So they're cool. I tried them. After doing juice, it's pretty weak, but for someone that's never done a cycle and wanted to, cut, especially cut, because, when you're cutting, you lose a lot of muscle if you're not, supported by some kind of androgenic substance. And this is the other one, LGD. This is supposedly the strongest one. I don't know if you can read these labels, but it's LGD 4033. And, yeah, it's like the next big thing. I was actually reading about it in Learns Muscular Development. They have a whole thing on designer drugs that are coming out, and it was all about Sarms and how promising they looked. So it was an interesting article. I don't know if I can find it, but yeah, that does it for anti-E, Sarms. And oh yeah, the other thing I was going to show you, this is my schedule. I had a really slick program that did this, that worked off Excel, and it calculated it all digitally and printed it out for you. But I just decided this time I don't have Excel on my computer right now, so I just printed out a calendar. It's got each month, whatever, and I'm just writing down what I'm taking so far. So like today is the 28th. I started on the 25th. So today is day 4 on, and already noticing strength gains from the D-ball. That's what's so great about orals, is they just start working instantly. If you don't take orals to boot it, if you start with just a long-lasting ester like I did, just testosterone and anaphate, it takes like 3 or 4 weeks to even notice anything. Freaking sucks, and that's how I did my first one. But yeah, anyways, just write down what you're taking so you know what your dosage is, because you're taking a lot of stuff if you're doing it right. And also, the last thing I'll show you. Look at these babies. Yeah, bro. For reals. It's getting serious now. Maroon posing trunks, bro. My girlfriend thinks I should get glittery ones for the show. I don't know, man. Sure, it gets kind of crazy, but hopefully my body will be good enough that I'll feel confident. I've always felt pretty confident with my body, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue, but there's still some anxiety there. But anyways, I'll let you guys go. Have a good night. I'll catch you next time.